Sardines are fish that live in large schools offshore and are an important aquatic resource for coastal fishermen. To catch sardines effectively, fishermen must have a deep understanding of the seasonal and schooling characteristics of this fish species. At times when sardines are concentrated, usually at dawn or dusk, fishermen will use specialized fishing vessels to go offshore, equipped with offshore purse seines or trawls, large-sized nets suitable for encircling the entire school of fish. When detecting a school of sardines through fish positioning devices or observing with the naked eye through waves and movements on the water surface, fishermen will quickly lower the encircling net, then gradually pull the net back to collect the fish. This process requires smooth coordination between team members, precision in operations and experience in handling situations at sea. After the net is pulled up, the sardines are brought onto the ship and preserved with ice to maintain freshness before returning to port. Sardine fishing, although providing a stable source of income, is also arduous and dangerous, especially when the weather is unusual or when the fish are widely dispersed, making it difficult to determine their location. However, with a love for the job and a strong spirit of sticking to the sea, fishermen still go out to sea every day, contributing to enriching their homeland with abundant catches of sardines. In addition to using purse seines and trawls, some fishermen also combine lights to attract sardines at night. Due to their habit of swimming towards light, sardines are often attracted by high-powered lights hung around the boat or dropped into the water. When the sardines gather around the light source, fishermen will quickly cast a net around them and proceed to catch them. This technique requires the boat to be fully equipped with an electrical system and specialized equipment, and the operator must have experience to adjust the light to attract the fish without scaring them. After being caught, sardines are often processed on board for better preservation, such as cleaning, sorting by size or carefully iced. Some large ships also have modern freezing systems to keep the fish fresher for longer on long sea trips. Although technology has greatly assisted in increasing production, the success of each trip still depends largely on the weather, experience and determination of the captain. On rough seas, big waves or monsoon days, sardine fishing becomes extremely dangerous, forcing fishermen to postpone their trips to ensure the safety of their lives and property. Each catch of sardines is the result of hard work, the sweat and effort of the children of the sea, contributing to feeding many families and preserving the long-standing fishing tradition of their ancestors. Not only a livelihood activity, sardine fishing is also closely associated with the culture and spiritual life of coastal fishermen. Every sardine season, the atmosphere in coastal fishing villages becomes more bustling than ever. Boats follow each other out to sea from dawn, carrying the hope of a bumper fishing season. The elderly and children in the village eagerly await good news from the sea. Because everyone understands that each hold full of fish returning not only brings income but also pride and motivation for the whole community. When the ships dock, people are busy carrying fish ashore, classifying, weighing, and preparing to sell at wholesale markets or processing factories. After being caught, sardines can be used to process many products such as dried fish, canned fish sauce or rustic dishes in daily meals. The economic value that sardines bring is not small, contributing to helping coastal people stabilize their lives and develop the local economy. However, sardine exploitation must also go hand in hand with protecting the marine environment and maintaining the sustainability of aquatic resources. Many localities have applied regulations on fishing seasons, net sizes, as well as encouraged fishermen to participate in marine ecological protection programs and fish resource regeneration so that the sardine industry not only exists in the present but also develops sustainably for future generations. Thereby, sardine fishing is not only a livelihood, but also a living testament to the strong relationship between humans and the vast ocean during their long-term association with sardine fishing. Fishermen not only accumulate valuable practical experience but also form unique customs and beliefs. Before each large trip, they often hold a sea worship ceremony, a traditional ritual to pray for favorable weather, calm seas, a safe trip, and a bountiful harvest. These rituals show respect for the gods, and are also a way for fishermen to strengthen their spirit and unite in the face of harsh challenges at sea. In addition, in the fishing community, the spirit of mutual assistance and solidarity is always promoted. When encountering incidents at sea such as machinery failure, disorientation or unexpected natural disasters, ships in the same area often immediately support each other, regardless of distance or personal interests. It is this sharing and caring that has contributed to creating a unique identity for the coastal community, where sardine fishing is not just a job but also a part of the flesh and blood, closely linked to the lives, memories and pride of many generations. Despite facing many difficulties due to climate change, declining resources or unstable consumption markets, fishermen still continue to stick to the sea, preserve their traditional profession, and continue a vibrant journey between people and the ocean. They are the ones who silently keep the coastal life vibrant, and the flavor of sardine, a gift from the ocean, continues to be present in every meal and every story of the Vietnamese people. Nowadays, as science and technology develop, sardine fishing is gradually modernized to improve labor efficiency and protect the health of fishermen. Many fishing boats are equipped with GPS positioning systems, modern fish finders, satellite communication systems and fully mechanized net collection and preservation processes. These devices not only help reduce human effort but also shorten the time to search for fish schools. Increasing the ability to harvest on each trip. However, traditional experience does not become obsolete. On the contrary, the experience of observing currents, clouds, tides and sardine habits is always a valuable foundation, passed down by older fishermen to the younger generation. The combination of folk knowledge and modern technology has created a new step forward for the maritime industry. Especially sardine fishing, a small fish but brings great value. In the context of global integration and competition, Vietnamese sardines are gradually reaching the international market through processed products that meet export standards. This requires fishermen and local businesses to pay more attention to clean exploitation processes, ensuring food safety and hygiene and protecting the ecological environment. From there, sardines are not only a source of local income but also become a representative of the Vietnamese seafood brand in the international arena. Regardless of the stage, the image of fishermen in the midst of storms, steadfastly clinging to the sea for their catch of sardines is always a beautiful symbol of the spirit of work, of the flesh and blood bond between humans and the ocean, a sacred, sustainable and humane relationship. However, for the sardine fishing industry to survive and develop sustainably in the future, it requires the joint efforts of the entire community, the government and professional organizations. Overexploitation. The use of small mesh nets or fishing during the spawning season not only causes the sardine output to decline rapidly but also seriously affects the marine ecosystem. Therefore, many coastal localities have implemented sustainable fisheries management policies, such as dividing fishing grounds reasonably, establishing aquatic resource protection areas, and organizing training courses for fishermen on responsible fishing and marine conservation. In addition, providing preferential loans for fishermen to upgrade fishing boats and equipment also helps reduce pressure on the environment. While increasing people's income, some cooperative fishing team models have also been effectively implemented, helping fishermen share information about fishing grounds, fishing techniques, consumption markets, and support each other when facing risks. Solidarity and awareness of protecting common resources are gradually becoming a solid foundation for traditional fisheries, including sardine fishing, a simple but meaningful profession. Each catch of fish brought back is not only the result of labor but also a testament to the spirit of sticking to the sea. The will to rise up in the midst of storms. Although the future still has many challenges, with the love of the sea, the efforts of fishermen and the right support from society, the sardine fishing industry will certainly continue to develop, both preserving the cultural identity of the sea and contributing to the socio-economic development of the country. Not only that, the sardine fishing profession also opens up opportunities to develop other supporting industries. Contributing to creating more jobs and improving the lives of coastal people. From processing sardines into products such as dried fish, canned fish, fish sauce, to fishing logistics services such as boat repair, fishing gear supply, ice production, all form a closely linked economic value chain. Traditional processing villages have also been maintained and developed, contributing to preserving local identity. During the peak season, the atmosphere of the fishing village becomes more vibrant than ever. The sound of ship engines echoes throughout the wharf. The smell of fresh fish spreads throughout the alleys. Groups of people are busy drying fish, packaging, and transporting goods. That image not only shows the diligence and industriousness of coastal people but also reflects a vibrant picture of the marine economy. Many localities also take advantage of the tourism potential associated with marine culture, bringing tourists to visit sardine fishing activities, experience the life of fishermen and enjoy rustic dishes made from fresh sardines. This is the direction of diverse and sustainable marine economic development that many coastal areas are actively pursuing. Thus, although sardine is a small fish, it carries a great value, not only in terms of economy but also in terms of culture, society and environment. From fishermen who drift every day in the open sea, to cozy houses on the shore that live off the sea, all are connected by an invisible but strong bond, that is the belief, the love for the sea and the flesh and blood attachment to the traditional profession for generations. In the flow of the new era, when modern industries are increasingly expanding and overwhelming many traditional professions, sardine fishing still quietly exists as an indispensable part of coastal life. Not noisy, not flashy, but the sardine fishing profession carries within it the perseverance, resilience and spirit of overcoming difficulties, values that have shaped the character of many generations of fishermen. For them, the sea is not only a place to make a living but also a big home. a place to entrust their faith and dreams of a full and peaceful life. Despite facing fierce waves many times, despite having failed harvests, fishermen still do not leave the sea, still hold on to their oars, hold on to their fishing nets, and hold on to an irreplaceable part of their hometown soul. Children growing up by the sea are therefore soon accustomed to the rhythm of life associated with the sound of waves, the sound of ship engines, and the figures of their parents busy from dawn to dusk. They grow up with the taste of sardines, a familiar but affectionate dish. Carrying the breath of the ocean, it is the natural continuation of a living tradition, where the past, present and future intertwine, creating a sustainable cycle between people and the sea. And in that cycle, the sardine fishing industry still quietly but persistently maintains its important role, like a quiet but strong heartbeat of Vietnam's coastal fishing villages. Looking to the future, the sardine fishing industry still has a lot of potential for development. Especially when invested in the right direction and linked to sustainable development goals. Promoting scientific research on marine biology, the reproductive cycle and resilience of sardine will help fishermen have a reasonable exploitation strategy, avoiding resource depletion. At the same time, vocational training programs for the younger generation also need to be focused on, not only so that they can master modern fishing techniques, but also understand the responsibility to preserve the marine environment and conserve natural resources. Classes in fishing villages, practical sessions on fishing boats, or cooperative fishing models associated with environmental protection are practical steps to extend the survival journey of the sardine industry. In addition, expanding domestic and foreign consumption markets is also an important direction. If there is a strategy to build a brand, ensure clean fishing and processing processes, and meet food hygiene and safety standards, Vietnamese sardines can completely become a product with a solid position in the international market. The connection between fishermen, businesses and management organizations will create an effective supply chain, helping fishermen no longer have the situation of good harvest, low price as before. At that time, each sardine was not only a simple catch but also the crystallization of knowledge, technology, culture and the spirit of the sea. In short, the journey of catching sardine of fishermen is not only a story of labor, but also an epic about love for the sea, love for the profession and the desire to constantly rise in the vast nature. In each wave, each net, there is the silent sacrifice of people who live with the sea every day, contributing to building a cultural identity and a solid marine economy for the fatherland. And no matter how time passes, the ships will continue to go to sea. The fishermen will still hold the steering wheel tightly, because the sardine profession, a profession of faith, of memory and of the future from these profound and sustainable values. The sardine fishing industry needs to be viewed not only as a single production sector, but also as an inseparable part of the country's comprehensive marine economic development strategy. In the context of Vietnam's strong orientation towards the sea with the goal of becoming a strong maritime nation, rich from the sea, the preservation and promotion of traditional occupations such as sardine fishing becomes even more urgent. Coastal fishing villages, where each person attaches his life to the boat, to the waves and to the schools of sardines sparkling under the sunlight, are not only places that produce abundant food sources but also a valuable folk cultural treasure. Sea songs, fishing festivals, oral stories about the sea and sardines, all are living heritages that need to be preserved, honored and spread to future generations. Moreover, in the increasingly popular flow of experiential tourism, the sardine fishing industry can also become a unique tourism product if exploited in the right direction. Tourists can join fishermen in going out to sea, collect nets, prepare dishes from freshly caught sardines, or learn about the traditional process of making fish sauce and drying fish of the local people. Through that, they can not only enjoy the unique flavor of the sea, but also feel the hard-working, simple and humane lifestyle of the fishing community. These experiences will contribute to building a positive image of Vietnamese marine culture in the eyes of international friends, while opening up a new direction for the development of the coastal economy in a diverse, creative and sustainable way. Therefore, preserving and developing the sardine fishing profession is not only the responsibility of fishermen, but also a common mission of the whole society. That is the way for us to preserve a part of the soul of our homeland sea, a part of the unforgettable memory in the cultural life of the nation. And when each ship sets sail, carrying hope and pride, the sardine, a small but meaningful fish, will forever be a symbol of life. Of aspiration and of human existence in the vast ocean. Finally, it can be said that the sardine fishing profession is a clear demonstration of the harmony between nature and humans, between tradition and modernity, despite the ups and downs of time. From the period of manual fishing with oars and hand nets to modern fishing boats equipped with advanced machinery, the core of the profession remains unchanged: perseverance, love for the job and a deep attachment to the sea. Every sardine season, the sea turns bustling, people's hearts are filled with hope, and from those waves, many generations of fishermen have grown up, matured, supported their families and preserved the identity of their homeland with their own persistent labor. In an increasingly modern and rapidly urbanizing world, rustic values such as sardine fishing become more and more precious, reminding us of our roots, of harmony with nature and the need for economic development coupled with environmental protection. It is no coincidence that in poetry, music, painting or movies, the image of fishing boats always appears full of poetry and life, symbolizing the desire to conquer nature and preserve the cultural identity of the Vietnamese people. Sardine fishing, with all its hardships and unique beauty, deserves to be respected, invested in and further developed. It is not just a job, but a living heritage, where the spirit of the sea is crystallized through each generation, where ordinary people contribute to preserving the soul of the homeland with their own diligent hands in the midst of the vast waves. And even if tomorrow the sea changes, society changes, it is certain that the image of fishermen clinging to the sea to catch sardines will still be an indispensable part of the vivid, rich in identity picture of